Guys, this is Sakshi from Accountitude. In the last video, we discussed about the cash flow from operating activities, how this is to be prepared while preparing your cash flow statement, that how cash flow from operating activities is to be included. Now we will discuss it with the given question, right? Here is one statement. We will talk about the statement and how this is shown in your cash flow from operating activities. First of all, in this given statement, there is a surplus in the profit and loss account, which is given for the current year is of rupees 5 lakh. But it has been given that in the last year there was a loss of 8 lakh because it is given in the bracket means there was a loss. Now that 8 lakh rupees loss has turned into the 5 lakh profit. So if I have to talk about that how this is to be considered for your profit as per P&L statement goes closing minus opening. Now what was the closing profit given to me? 5 lakh, right? Minus opening was off, minus opening was with your 8 lakh loss, right? Which was also means it was in negative. So loss is in negative and closing minus opening is the sign, so minus minus becomes positive. That means 5 lakh plus 8 lakh, how much was the profit earned during the year? That was 13 lakh rupees. So this is the first point we have done, right? Now the second, the transfer to the reserve increased from 80,000 to 2 lakh. How much changes there? Closing minus opening. There was a change of rupees 1 lakh 20,000 in your transfer to reserve, right? Now next we will go to the question again. Now in the question I am given the amount for your debtors, right? So we will take these debtors as in which part of the statement, that is working capital changes. The debtors, the provision for doubtful debts, creditors, prepaid insurance, all these goes belongs to your part of working capital changes, right? So debtors, provision for doubtful debtors, that is creditors, and prepaid insurance, we will see them the treatment in your part operating profit before working capital changes. Now what has happened in the question, in the given statement, your debtors value have reduced, right? Closing it is 2 lakh 20,000, opening it was 2 lakh 90,000, so this have reduced with 70,000, means debtors paid me or paid the company rupees 70,000. That's why debtors have reduced. So if the debtors have reduced, there is a cash flow in the business, that is plus value. So debtors are shown in your decrease in current assets with the add value of rupees 70,000 here, 70,000 added, right? But when we have to talk about provision for doubtful debts, let's see in the question, provision for doubtful debts are given with the 70,000, then got reduced with the 50,000. First of all, you know very well that provision for doubtful debts are deducted from the debtors. So if they are deducted from the debtors, that means they carry which kind of balance? They carry a credit kind of balance. Now if the provision for doubtful debts carries a credit kind of balance, then what we do with the current liabilities? If the current liabilities decreases, we deduct it in the working capital changes. Same way, if the provision for doubtful debts have fallen, we will show it in the less part of your working capital changes. Less part of your working capital changes, provision for doubtful debts 20,000 I have shown here in the bracket, that means they have to be deducted, right? Then same way creditors have also reduced. So creditors reduced, that means we have made a payment, they also goes with a bracket over here to show that they are to be deducted. The next point over here was about prepaid insurance. Now when we talk about the prepaid insurance, that means it is an asset which carries a debit balance, but this have increased. increase in current assets is decreased from your is less from your operating profit before working capital changes. Increase in current assets, that is prepaid insurance, would also be deducted from your working capital changes to calculate operating profit, right? So this is also shown in the bracket. So this is how we have to treat decrease in current assets, add, increase in current assets, less, increase in current liabilities, add, and decrease in current liabilities, less. So this part of the given question is done. Now coming along to the next part over here, that is provision for tax are also given in the question. For provision for tax, that point is to be kept in the mind. The closing balance would be provision made during the year, and opening balance would be provision for tax paid during the year, right? Tax paid during the year. If in the question no other information is given, then last year balance will become paid and current year balance would become made. So for the solution, what we have to do, provision for tax made was 1 lakh, so we added up here, and provision for tax paid was 80,000, which we have to deduct from here in the bracket. We have kept provision for tax paid during the year, right? Now next part in the question, there are 11% debentures. Now debentures is your which kind of activity? Debentures itself is a financing activity, but the mentioned here is the rate. The rate on the debentures shows the interest on debentures. Now we have to calculate interest on debentures. If in the question it is not given, here I am provided with the two balances. Now the question is, at which balance I have to take interest on debentures. If the question is silent, interest on debentures would always be taken at the opening balance. What I am saying, if question is silent, I'll discuss about this point of interest on debentures in detail in the next video, but right now it will be taken on the opening balance if nothing is mentioned in the question. So 10 lakhs, 11% is 1 lakh 10,000. Now where we have to take this interest on debentures, this interest on debentures would go to your non-operating expenses. Here it would be added. So this is 1 lakh 10,000 rupees, which we have to add up here for interest on debentures. Okay. Now next is unclaimed dividend. Now unclaimed dividend is shown under which head? You know very well that unclaimed means the payment is due but not made, so it is a part of your current liabilities. Unclaimed dividend is a part of your current liabilities, but we will not take in your working capital changes. Very important point to remind yourself over here is unclaimed dividend part will not be taken in the working capital changes, rather it would be treated in the part of your proposed dividend. How it will be treated, when I'll be at that point I'll be telling you. So now goes along the additional information. Gain on the sale of the land. So gain on the sale of the land has been added to P&L, already there. Now what we have to take it, we have to deduct it, right? So gain on the sale of the land of rupees 40,000 is given a deduction from your operating profit calculation, right? Then there is another point, loss on the sale of non-current investment. If the gain is given a less, loss would be given an add. So loss on the sale of non-current investment is given a add over here. Next point is goodwill written off. Goodwill written off would be added, right? Goodwill written off, we have discussed about this in the video there where I have talked about this point in detail, that what are non-cash non-operating expenses. I'll give a link. So goodwill written off and depreciation charge both would be added in your non-operating non-cash expenses, right? So we are done with the third and fourth point over here. Now depreciation on assets sold. You have to keep in your mind that the depreciation on assets sold is not considered while preparing your cash flow from operating activity. Rather, this is used for the preparation of your accounts. It will not be taken here. Which depreciation you have to use? That is, you have to use this depreciation which is charged during the year and not the on the assets sold. Now the next point is about proposed dividend. So proposed dividend for it will always be considered for the opening year, not for the closing. Okay, we will consider always opening balance. Now proposed dividend is your financing activity, so it should be given a deduct from financing but added in your which activity? Operating. So proposed dividend would be given an addition over here. Proposed dividend with rupees 1 lakh for the last year balance, it would be taken over here in your calculation of net profit before tax, right? Now for proposed dividend, I have told you that there was a given point of unclaimed dividend. Now what we have to do for unclaimed dividend, this proposed dividend of 1 lakh, when it will go to which activity? Financing activity. There we will take proposed dividend paid of rupees 70,000. How 70? 1 lakh minus 30,000 in financing activities. But here in operating activities we will take total of 1 lakh and it would be added. But in financing there would be given a deduction for your proposed dividend with the amount of rupees 70,000. Okay, now we will not consider for the proposed dividend balance of 31st March 2025, that is your closing balance is not considered. For interim dividend, this again would be deducted from financing but added in your operating activities. So here interim dividend is also added in your operating activities with the value of rupees 30,000 here, right? Now let's go back to the question. There is point of interest received on non-current investment. As it is an investing activity, it should be added in investing but deducted from your, that is operating activities. So interest on non-current investment is given a deduction over here in your investing in your operating activities. Rather it would be added to your investing activities. Is it clear over here? I suppose. Now to remind you once again, whatever adjustments you take from balance sheet, right, will go at one place. Whenever I take my class, I always tell my students whatever you consider from trial balance or from the balance sheet will always be taken to one place. But when you talk about the additional informations, if you consider these points, this will go to the two or more places, right? We have to do the adjustment for debit as well as and credit as well as, like gain on the sale of land we have deducted in your operating activities, but where it would be taken? It would be taken to your land account. Loss on sale we have added here, it would be taken to your non current investment account, and so on, right? So this is the way you have to prepare your case of cash flow from operating activities. We will take our cash flow from operating activities, taking up a total of your net profit before tax, that was 4 lakh 80,000. Then we deduct added to this is non cash non operating expenses, we got a total of 9 lakh 50,000. Then we deduct from here is non cash non operating incomes, we got a value of 8 lakh 70,000, from where we did the working capital changes, and our cash flow after the working capital changes was 8 lakh 80,000. From there on we deducted the tax paid, and then we got a cash flow from your net cash flow from your operating activities is 8 lakh. If the answer is in negative, then rather than using the word net cash flow, we would have used net cash used in operating activities, and this value would have been in the bracket. Thank you, Accountitude. Keep scoring, like, share, and subscribe to my channel.